take advantage. How you feeling? Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Great to see you all here this evening. We hope that you got a prayer book on the way in. It is blue, and if you didn't get one, you can find them there at the back of the sanctuary on that wooden rack. But we won't need that quite yet. We're going to start with a nigun, a yai lai lai melody. Those are the only words that you need, yai lai lai. So I do invite you to join me in singing. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la 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 lai lai lai. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la 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 lai lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la 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 lai lai lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai lai. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la la lai 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 la lai. Yai la la lai 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 lai. Yai la la lai lai lai.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to those of you who are joining us in person, and welcome to those joining us via our live stream. It is wonderful to have you all here with us. Tonight we welcome in Shabbat with Kabbalat Shabbat, with receiving of Shabbat. This is a series of songs and psalms that we recite as we welcome in Shabbat each week. A lot of them, as you'll notice in a few minutes, have to do with beauty. They have to do with love. We talk about all of those things that we hope to hold close to us as we enter into this special, traditionally 25-hour period of special time in our Jewish week. We turn to page 2 as we welcome in Shabbat with lighting of our candles. I would like to invite forward Danielle and Abigail and Matt. Danielle is celebrating her bat mitzvah with us tomorrow, and we are thrilled to have you and some of your family joining us this evening as well. So come on up.
And on page 2 of your prayer books, I invite you to join me in singing the blessing over the Shabbat candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn now to page 10. The top of the page from the book of Psalms, Hine Matov, how good it is to be together. Hine Matov u'manai, sheverachim gam yachad. 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 Just below those words, you'll see Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom, how lovely is today.
Ma yafeh hayom Shabbat Shalom.
Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom.
Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom.
Ma yafeh hayom
Shabbat, Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat, Shalom. We'll turn to page 20. As we welcome in Shabbat, we welcome in the Sabbath bride, the Sabbath queen. We envision Shabbat walking down the aisle as we see a bride walk down the aisle at a wedding. Page 20, L'chadodi.
במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. The bottom of page 21, verse 9. בואי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We are called together as one community in prayer with the words of Baruch Hu. On page 28, you may rise in body or spirit.
Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalalai lai lai, 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 yalalai lai lai.
You may be seated. We'll continue with an English reading on the bottom of page 31. Please read with me. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is an hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. We turn to page 34, words that come from our Torah, the declaration that God is one.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod
continue with the words of Ve'achavta on page 36. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha v'chayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, vidibarta bam, vishivtecha beveitecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshochbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vechayu letotafot beineinecha, Uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hoseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. The top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We'll turn to page 40 as we sing the words of Mi Chamocha, words that come from our Torah, a song of hope, redemption, and freedom. Tonight, we welcome you into our Sukkot Shalom, our shelter of peace. Traditionally, a sukkah is a booth, a temporary structure that we build during the holiday of Sukkot. And a sukkah is open on all sides. It allows people to come freely in and out. It allows us to feel the elements outside, the rain, the wind, the colds. And it serves as a shelter of peace. And we pray that a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace, will spread over all of us and over our entire world. And we pray those words on page 42, the words of Hashkivenu. We pray that a shelter of peace descends on all of us.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. us God wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
The core part of our liturgy on Shabbat evening is our Amidah, or our standing prayer. And it's taught that in our Amidah on Shabbat, we aren't supposed to ask for anything. In our prayers during the week, during the Amidah, we offer 19 benedictions or blessings. And on Shabbat, we offer only 7. So tonight, as we pray these words of our Amidah, I invite you to think of your own 7 blessings of praise and thanksgiving that you want to offer on this Shabbat. We'll turn to page 46. You may rise in body or spirit.
Na 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 na
Adonai, Ananana Sfatai Tifta, Ananana Ufi Agid,
Ufi Agid
Hilatecha,
Ananana
Adonai, Ananana Sfatai Tifta, Ananana Ufi Agid, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha, Ananana Adonai, Ananana Sfatai Tifta, Ananana Ufi Agid, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha, Ananana Adonai, Ananana Sfatai Tifta, Ananana Ufi Agid.
Ufi Agid Tehilatecha.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ממחות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. Page 52. Please read in the English with me in the middle of the page. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated. On the top of page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Praised are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. We'll pause now for a moment of our own silent reflection and meditation. We'll join together again on page 62.
bottom of page 62, our prayer for peace, the words of Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. It is our custom that on Shabbat we offer a blessing, a prayer for healing. And it seems that in our world today there is such a collective and communal sense of pain and suffering within our worlds. And even amongst us individually, there are those who are suffering with all different kinds of illnesses. And whether we are in need of healing of the body, of the mind, or of the spirit, we offer these words of blessing. Page 253, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach avoteinu mikor habracha imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yishaberach imotenu mikol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So when I was a kid, my mom used to teach childbirth classes at a Healthy Start clinic located in a housing complex near where I grew up. And one holiday season, the clinic held a Christmas party for the clients and the neighbors who lived near the clinic. And as we stood outside in the courtyard of this housing complex, as we waited for Santa to come greet all the kids, a strong unpleasant odor started coming from the kitchen. I wasn't sure what it was, but it was terrible. I found my mom with my shirt over my face, not the most subtle, and asked her, "What's that smell?" Apparently, one of the nurses who was charged with cooking dinner for everyone that evening attempted to boil a large pot of pasta, and the pasta burned. I'd never smelled burnt pasta before, and I can't say I've ever smelled it since then, but I'll always remember that terrible smell. And to this day, when I drive by that location, when I go home, where that clinic used to stand, I remember that smell and that holiday party, and I laugh with my mom about the burnt pasta. I'm sure if I polled our group tonight, that many of you could tell me stories about a memorable smell that maybe you associate with an event, a holiday, a loved one, a favorite place. I have plenty of stories about pleasant smells that I associate with fond memories, like my Nana's soup or my grandma's pot roast, or the smell of the salty ocean air. For many of us, our olfactory memory is very strong, and it links us to moments throughout our lives. According to scientists, smell and memory are closely linked because odors take a direct route to our limbic system, which regulates both our emotion and memory. And our sense of smell is actually the first to form. And it's our most fully developed sense until about the age 10. So, the smells we grow up with often shape our preferences for certain tastes and smells, even into adulthood. In the Torah, it's the smell of sacrificial offerings that connects God and the people of Israel. In this week's portion, Tetzaveh, which lays out the instructions for the consecration of the priests and the tabernacle, and the daily regimen of ritual sacrifices, the Torah says, "Now this is what you shall offer upon the altar, 2 yearling lambs each day regularly. You shall offer the one lamb in the morning, and you shall offer the other lamb at twilight, an offering by fire, a pleasing odor to the Eternal, a regular burnt offering throughout the generations at the entrance of the tent of meeting. For there I will meet with you, and there I will speak with you, and there I will meet with the Israelites, and it shall be sanctified by my presence. An offering by the fire pleasing, for a pleasing odor to God." Maybe the Israelites knew that our olfactory sense is connected to both emotion and memory. As we learn in the Torah, the tent of meeting is also visually beautiful. The whole experience at this holy place was meant to be pleasant to the senses, both for God and for the people. The sacrifices were offered in the tent of meeting, which served as a place of meeting for God, Moses, and the people of Israel. The fragrance of the daily sacrifice served as a reminder of the relationship between God and the people of Israel as the priests performed these daily ritual sacrifices. Even for us today, the smells of our rituals bring us connection to each other and to God. On Shabbat, the smell of the candles burning down, or the smell of a challah cooking, or the smell of the synagogue, or a delicious Shabbat dinner, all create memories and all form connections between our past and our present and even our future. So tonight, I invite you to breathe in the smells of Shabbat, or recall the smells of Shabbat from another time in your life. And together, I hope we find a sense of connection through those smells and through our community. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to the concluding prayers of our service on page 282. Please rise in body or spirit.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעול, ושכינת עוזו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר,
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Page 293. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Tonight, the Sukkot Shalom community remembers Barbara Baum, Barbara Lieber, Ben Richmond, Louis Block, Shelley Feldman-Plager, Gerald Jerry Chiss, Norman Shapiro, Rose Burke, Suzanne Whiteley, Anna Pomerantz Orlov, Jack Corzone, Leon Aria Raphael Ohana, Pauline Baker, Stuart Gimbel, Elaine Silverman, Molly Friedman, Monty Levinson. Are there any other names that you would like to recall this evening? We'll join together for the words of Mourner's Kaddish, Kadisha Tome, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divarach yirteh v'yamlich molchuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'elam olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rechu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiram b'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Huya Aseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Zikronam livracha, may their memories be an abiding blessing.
Oseh shalom b'mromav,
Huya Aseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael, You may be seated. A couple quick reminders. Next week on March 10th, we will have our Simply Shabbat service, which begins at 6 o'clock. And we invite anyone who would like to come for pizza and some activities ahead of time at 5:15 to join us for that as well. And then on March 24th, we will have our choir Shabbat rescheduled from tonight, as well as our dinner with friends. We hope you will join us again on that evening. We'll do our Kiddush and Mosi out in the foyer, and we'll do an Oneg Shabbat as well. So we invite you to please stay, have a little challah, and greet one of each other after services. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Mazel tov in advance to Danielle and her family on her bat mitzvah tomorrow.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom. Feel free to stand up.